I did my independent reading project on Raisin in the Sun by Hansberry. And this play is about an African American family living in the south side of Chicago in the 1950s. The play opens up with the Younger family about to receive $10,000 from the matriarch, Lena Younger's late husband's life insurance policy. Now, everyone in the Younger family has goals. They can't decide what to do with the money. And this sets up the main question: whose dreams are most important? Later in the play, we find that Mama wants to use the money to fulfill her and her late husband's dream of buying a really nice house and moving up in society, while her son Walter wants to use the money as an investment in a liquor store with his partners Bobo and Willie Harris. On the other hand, we have Benitha, Walter's sister, who wants to use the money to pay off her medical school tuition bill and gain respect as an African American woman. In the end, Mama decides to put a down payment on a house in Clybourne Park, the deciding factor being Walter's reaction to his wife Ruth's wanting to have an abortion for an unborn baby. In response to them moving to Clybourne Park, the people of Clybourne Park send a representative, Mr. Carl Lindner, to try to dissuade them from purchasing a house in Clybourne Park and moving in. And this event really emphasizes the racism that African American people had to deal with on a regular daily basis. To make matters worse, Walter, who is left in possession of all the leftover money, loses it all in a scam when Willie Harris runs off with the money. And this shatters Benitha's dreams of becoming a medical doctor, and she kind of loses hope that her dreams will ever come true. However, in the end, her Nigerian boyfriend, Asagai, reassures her that she can still make a difference. If she moves to Africa with him, she can help the people of Nigeria and at the same time get in touch with her cultural roots rather than assimilate to an American white culture. The play closes when Mama starts to look around the apartment, remembering the house which had kept the family together, and she's carrying the little potted plant that she had nurtured all the way through the story. The main question of this literary work is introduced in the beginning of the play with Langston Hughes' poem, What Happens to a Dream Deferred. In American history, African Americans had been oppressed for a century and were continuously denied their rights as American citizens. This play, Raisin in the Sun, is just a microcosm of the aftermath of that century of dreams deferred, the denial of them having basic human rights. And it really begs the question, what happens to a dream deferred? What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? An example of this would be when Walter and Ruth talk about the dreams they had for their son Travis, how they wanted to raise him in a nice neighborhood, in a nice house, and have enough money to buy him the things he needed and even wanted. And they talk about how this dream slipped away from them, they never achieved it, reality set in, and the dream just died along with the lack of chance and opportunity they had to gain the things that they wanted because of how they looked, just because of their culture. Or fester like a sore and then run. This relates to Benitha's dream of becoming a doctor. She had always been compelled to help those less fortunate than she and assist those who are in poor situations. When Walter loses the money for her to finish her schooling, the fact that she'll never fulfill her dreams becomes very painful. It's very difficult for Benitha to accept the fact that she will never become a doctor, she will never help anyone recover from an illness, she'll never make that difference in society that she had always wanted to make, she'll never make that impact. And that is equatable to a sore that festers. It's just a constant reminder, very painful for her to go through. Does it stink like rotting meat? And for this I have a quote said by Big Walter before he died. Seemed like God didn't see fit to give the black man nothing but dreams, but he did give us children to make them dreams seem worthwhile. And this relates to Mama's dreams of raising her children up to be good people, and her disappointment in Walter for his flagrant disregard of his father's sacrifices that he made for his family. She says that her son is dead to her, and her dreams for a perfect family just rot away, or crust and sugar over, like a syrupy sweet. And for this I have another quote, said by Mama about her late husband. Yes, a fine man, just couldn't catch up with his dreams, that's all. And this relates to Walter's dreams of providing for his family and that the next generation would be able to do better than he. And because these dreams were left idle, they sugared over and were forever out of his reach. Sadder still because he died before he could really watch his children grow up and achieve their dreams. Maybe it sags like a heavy load. This relates to the part in the beginning of the play when it is decided that Mama has full say over where the money goes. And Walter feels cheated and that he'll never have a chance to even try to achieve his dreams. And because of this weak outlook, he mopes, he comes home drunk, and it's all to escape the burden he feels from his dreams deferred. Or does it explode? When Bobo first delivers the bad news that he and Walter had been swindled by Willie Harris, Walter refuses to believe it. His dreams are literally making him crazy because he realizes that he invested every last dime, in the words of a snake oil salesman. He destroyed everyone's dreams and his own, and the knowledge of this results in his emotional outbursts. At the end, A Raisin in the Sun is a play about the importance of family. Each member of the Younger family had his or her own goals. Mama, her house; Walter, his liquor store; and Beneatha, her medical degree. And as they went throughout the play trying to achieve their goals, they realized that the most important dream is the dream of having a family, and that happiness truly is being able to rely on the people around you no matter how difficult the situation. I would recommend this book to anybody and everybody. It's really an eye-opener to what's truly important in life, and it's also an eye-opener to the values that we have as Americans rather than the ones that we should have. And it's truly an outstanding piece of literature that anybody can relate to.